Hi everyone, Jean here. Welcome to the Inky Owl Studio channel. I'm so glad you could join me today. Today is going to be part 2 of the Ephemera sample portfolio. And what I have decided to do is create for myself a file folder, or actually in my case, I'm doing a notebook. And I'm just basically filling up these page protectors with ephemera samples of ideas that I've learned along the way. And that way, when I sit down and do a journal, I've got some ready ideas there that I can come up with quickly. Um, it I did this, I started it a long time ago, and I did a few pages, and then I neglected to finish it out. So now I am determined to build up my portfolio. Now this series is not going to be exhaustive. I won't be able to do everything that's out there for sure, but I do think that getting started is going to be really helpful for me. If you were a beginner to journaling, this would be awesome time to start a sample notebook. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm doing 2 or 3 projects or samples each edition, um, and we'll see. How many I do, I don't know. But today's section is going to be with bands, belly bands, and a belly band is simply a piece of paper, a piece of cardstock, or whatever that fits on your page, either all the way this way or this way, and then you use this to kind of like put ephemera in it. So that's a basic belly band, and we're going to do some different ideas on how to create a few today. The first one, we're going to start with just a printed page, like a lot of us have. If you've done altered books, you have a lot of these pages left over. You might have a music page. You could even just use plain scrapbook paper. That's fine too. And we're just going to punch. I have a 1.25" punch, but you can use any size hole punch that you want. In fact, you can use any shape that you would like. And I punch one out of the printed page, and I'm going to punch one out of a piece of cardstock. Now you could glue your printed page onto your cardstock and punch them out together, but my punch is kind of old and getting kind of tired, so it doesn't punch as well as it used to. So I'm doing them separately, and it actually is no big deal. So you just punch your little holes and you put them together. You can ink around them if you'd like, and now we're going to glue them together. In order to glue them evenly, I would suggest having a straight line of some sort, a ruler or a edge of a paper. I'm going to use the edge of the line that's inside my mat, but anyway, some kind of a straight line, and then just put a little bit of glue on that side, and then you're just going to put the next one over it like so, and then you'll glue another one. So you just build up your little band however long that you would like to make it. You make it the length or the width of your page, but just keep building up your little band until it's as long as you like. And it's really cute, and this would be really cute with maybe hearts, maybe some squares. You just diamond shape ones. It's endless, whatever shape you'd like to use. And then when you finish, you can then start decorating your little band. And here I simply sew down a piece of cloth strip, and then I put a little piece of ephemera in the middle of it. And here I use music paper and scrapbook paper. It's just kind of cute. It's just a cute idea, and it's simple and very, very quick idea. You might also want to do, if you don't have a sewing machine, you can also glue. Here I simply glued on some ribbon down the middle. So, you just got some little easy, simple ways to decorate up that belly band. Very, very cute. Now I have another way that you can do belly bands. Okay, so the next idea for the bands is I got this idea from G. Kerr, and I'm going to put her inspirational video down below. But this is a belly band that can have a dual purpose of being a bookmark as well, if you would like. Start with your page, and you'll want to measure 2 strips, approximately 1.25 to 1.5 inches, depending. And you want them to be, the 2 strips need to be, probably a good 1.5 inches longer than what your page is, approximately. Then you'll take one end and you're going to fold it under like so, about 1/2 inch. Increase it up there, right like that. Now I'm making them just a little differently than G. Kerr did. What she did, and I'll show you really quickly what she did. She took the 2 strips, and then she would just, which is actually another option, and way of doing it, and that you would center your page in the middle, and then just glue here and glue here. Okay, and then you would have, these 2 parts sticking out, and that's really a good way to do it too. I am just going to do it a little differently, and then I'm going to fold down one of the ends. I'm going to apply glue to it, and then I'm going to glue on the other strip, right up to that little fold place right there, so that you just have this little hinge here, like so. Now that means that this end, of course, is going to be a little longer, so I would just snip it off like so. And now it's going to slide on your page like this. And now you've got some different options in how you're going to treat the bottom. You can simply glue it, for sure. You can put a staple in it. Here I put a staple inside this one. I put a little snippet of fabrics and put a staple inside of this one. Or she had this really great idea, which I really liked a lot, and that is she put in an eyelet here in the bottom. She put in an eyelet and then hung a little charm, down the end of it like this, which I thought was a really, really cute idea. So that when it sat on your page, then you would have a little charm hanging down below that. Isn't that just cute? I thought that was a really, really simple and cute little idea. Or you can take this, and instead of putting the hole at the bottom, you can put the hole here at the top of your page. So you can just slip it onto here. So the hole can be up here, and then you can add some ribbon, any kind of trim you want to add, you can put up there at the top of your page. So it can be a bookmark, or if you want to, you could glue this in place and make it stationary. You could, put a little bead of glue at both ends on both sides, and then that would be a stationary belly band on 2 pages. And one more idea is if you have double-sided scrapbook paper, then one side could be the one design, and this could be the other design. So you have a lot of options to work with just making bands. And so again, I'm just making these prototypes that I'm going to keep in my sample folder, and that way I can go through and just be inspired about different things that I can do to dress up a page. Okay, so I've taken you down that one. Now I have one more. So the next idea is one that's been around in the journaling community for quite a while, and it's making tickets. I will put an inspirational video link down below that you might find helpful as far as decorating them. You start out with your page, and for as wide as your page is, that's how long of a strip you would want. How wide you make it this way is really your personal taste, and this particular strip here is 1/4 inch wide. I think this is like 7 inches long because I measured this fake page here. Then you fold it in half once, and you fold it in half one more time, and then you're going to have these little folded places here. Then you're going to take a small hole punch. This particular hole punch here is 3/8 of an inch. Probably 1/4 of an inch would work, perhaps even a 1/2 of an inch. And I know it's kind of hard to see. Hopefully this will pick up the detail. But you're going to take the fold. You're going to call that the middle. You're going to put the middle of that into the middle of your, maybe I'll mark it with a pencil. And let's do it this way. This might show up better for you. So I'm just going to mark here like so. And you'll just take the middle of that, and you put it halfway into your circle, like so. And again, you will take the middle of that fold, put it in the middle of your punch, and halfway into the circle. Then on the corners, you're going to want to punch. You're going to want to imagine that you're just going to fill up 1/4 of the circle. And both sides, just 1/4 of it. This little thing's getting in the way. Yeah, so you just imagine a pie, and you're just putting in 1/4 of the pie. Big slice of pie. Then I know that some people just go and continue with that 1/4 of an idea here on the middles. I don't have good luck with that. Somehow it ends up not being it ends up being warped, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So what I do in the middle one is I just do what I did. I just filled up half the circle, put my fold in the middle, there, like that. So now you've got these really cute little ticket form that you can now decorate your ticket. And I just have some silly pieces of ephemera here that I'm just gonna lay down, just so that you get the idea that you can decorate this up somehow, however you want to do it. But then you can decorate each little ticket with a little piece of ephemera or something, and just glue it in here, glue on the ends. If you use it as a belly band, then don't make your folds too crisp. Don't burnish them, just kind of fold them kind of easy. You can also add something to the tickets. You can add those little holes that go in here. And one way you can do that is, let me see, get my little sample here. One way you can do that is to use a sewing machine with no thread. I don't know if you can see the little holes. And if you use the sewing machine with no thread, then put it on the longest stitch length that you have. Mine happens to be a 4, some are 5, but I put it on the long one, because if they're too close together, then they'll be really weak. Now, if you want to in the future tear these off, then you would want your stitch length to be closer. But if you want it to stay stable and you just are doing this for the decoration of it, then I would suggest a longer length. If you don't have a sewing machine, that's no problem. Just find a piece of foam And you can use, this is a pokey tool, but yeah, well, official name of that, right? You can use a needle, and you can just put little holes right down the line. You might want to, like I'm following the line inside the pattern of the paper, but you might want to draw a line on the back and put in your little punchy holes. And you can do that, and that just kind of adds to it a little bit. It's not necessary, but it does kind of add to it. Then let's see, was there one more point? Oh yes, the one more thing you do if you don't have a small hole punch, you can use just a regular paper hole punch that you know pick up at the dollar store or whatever, you know, just a regular one, and you can use that to punch holes in. And here's one that I used with just this here, and you know that works well too. As you can see, this is these holes here in the middle are a little distorted because I cut them on the fold. I think that by just opening it up, it just makes them, I don't know, makes them a little bit more even. Maybe not, but it did for me. And so this is using the hole punch too, just a basic hole punch to make it with. Now, the larger your ticket is, probably the larger you want your hole to be. But you know, I think it does a good job. It's just your regular hole punch. Anyway, so like I say, you can make these as big and thick as you want. You can turn them into ephemera, into journaling cards. If you make really wide tickets, they can just be a journaling card that you use. You can collage on them, and the inspirational video I have down below shows her collaging them. You can get them collaged up and then tear them off into your different projects in the future. But anyway, so this is just an idea. So for my folder, for my portfolio, I'm not going to really decorate them. I'm just going to put it in here just to remind me that this is what, you know, I can use. I can do this. That's just the thing. You know, after you see so many different videos, so many different projects, they sort of get like lost in your head sometimes, kind of jumbled up. And by seeing them, it really helps me a lot. Now, I was for a long time saving the videos into a playlist, but it became such a long playlist, and I kept thinking, well, there was this one idea, and I don't know, I forgot who did it, and I forgot where it was located. So somebody in the comments in the last portfolio video I did suggested to keep a record of where you did learn your different samples, and it's a very good suggestion. So what you can do then is just when you file your little sample away, or you can really write on the sample itself, you know, the person that the channel you got this from, and maybe the title of the particular video, or you can cut and paste and print out the actual link to the video or whatever, so make some kind of reference somewhere of where you learned it, and that would be really helpful. You can even save it in your playlist, and then save individual playlists. Save a playlist for just belly bands, save a playlist for just envelopes and tags and whatever, so you can save them that way as well. So anyhow, that's what I have to show you today. I hope that you will start your little portfolio. Now, you know, this is not going to be an exhaustive one because there are so many things to do out there. But I feel like once you start and your portfolio, then you will just keep adding to it over time. And I think it'll be I know it'll be very useful, especially if you're a visual person and handling something. And you know, it's really kind of like, it's easier for me to figure out how something is made if I can handle it and look at it. So anyways, that is today's little issue. Thank you so much for joining me today, and please subscribe and see what part 3 will be. And I'm going to put a link here at the end of the video to go to part 1 in case you missed that one. And I hope to see you around real soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.